Hi there folks, welcome to Get Strumming, and today we're going to have a look at the song Dedicated Follower of Fashion by the Kinks. It was written in 1966 by Ray Davies, and this is a song request from subscriber Rob Bills. Thanks again, Rob. Great choice of song there. And what I'm going to do, first of all, I'll just give you a quick run through of the main verse, just so you can get accustomed to it. They seek him here, they seek him there, his clothes are loud, but never square. It will make or break him, so he's got to buy the best, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion. Okay then, so that's roughly how it should go. So if you notice, I'm in the key of C major, so if you can play along with this, you'll be able to play along with the original version that the Kinks recorded. Okay, so first of all, what I need to do is show you the chords that we're going to be using. So we're going to start off with a C major. So to play a C major, using your third finger, your ring finger, on the third fret, first string. So there's the C major. Next up, we've got a C sus2. So to play, a C sus4, should I say. So to play a C sus4, you just need to add your first finger to the first fret, second string. So that's a C sus4. Then we've got a G major. So using your first finger, second fret, third string, second finger, second fret, first string, and third finger, third fret, second string. Next up, we've got an F major. So using your first finger on the first fret, second string, second finger, second fret, fourth string. We've also got a D minor. So to get from an F to a D minor, just add your third finger to the second fret, third string. So there's the D minor chord. Got a bit of G7. So use your first finger on the first fret, second string, second finger, second fret, third string, and third finger, second fret, first string. Next up, we've got a B flat 7. Now, this is a really tricky chord to get. I find it a tricky one, because not only are you playing a B flat, but you're adding your fourth finger to the fourth fret, third string, second string, should I say. So I'll just go through this very carefully. First finger goes on the first fret, first and second strings. Second finger, second fret, third string. Third finger, third fret, fourth string. And fourth finger, fourth fret, second string. So that is a B flat 7. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of ways of playing this particular section in the song. There's a difficult way and an easy way. A lot of you will probably want to plump for the more easier way, which is quite often I do, to be honest. So I'll come to that in a minute. Other chords we've got are A7. Use your first finger on the first fret, third string. Then we've also got, I think actually that might be it for chords. Yeah, we've gone through all the chords. So we've got C major, C sus4, G, G7. We've also got a little bit of C7, which is using your first finger on the first fret, first string. And we've also got a little bit of C major 7, which is using your second finger on the second fret, first string. We've got G7, we've got F, and we've got G major. So there's the chords that we're going to be using. Now, the next thing I need to show you is the strumming. So for the introduction, it's dead simple. You're just doing dead simple downstrokes. But for the majority of the song, this is what we're looking at. So we're doing a touch, down, down, up, down. Touch, down, down, up, down. So what I'm doing is using my first finger just to gently touch the bottom string, the fourth string, and then a straightforward downstroke. Down, down, up, down. Touch, down, down, up, down. Touch, down, down, up, down. Touch, down, down, up, down. And speed it up. That is something like the strumming pattern that we're going to be using. If you do find that a bit of a struggle, don't worry. What you can do is just play simple downstrokes. They seek him here, they seek him there, his clothes are loud, but never square. So either or is absolutely fine. If you want to keep it simple, then just do downstrokes. If you want to kind of make it sound more like it does on the original recording, touch, down, down, up, down, touch, down, down, up, down. Okay, let's have a look at the first line of the, well, the introduction, if you like, to the song. So what we're doing is we're doing 2 downstrokes on C, then 2 downstrokes on C sus4, 2 downstrokes on C again, then 2 downstrokes on C sus4 again, and then 1 downstroke on the C major. Okay, so I'll do that again. C, C, C sus4, C sus4, C, C, C sus4, C sus4, and C. So that is basically the introduction. Then there's a little bit here called an anacrusis where you don't play a chord. So you go, they seek him, and then you start strumming on the G. Here, they seek him, and then back to C. There, his clothes are, then back to G. Loud, but never, then to C. Square, C7, now to F. It will make or break him, so he's. Now, this next bit, I'm going to show you the hard way to play it and the easy way to play it. So what we're going to do here is from C to B flat 7 to A7. So it goes, so he's got to B flat 7 by his A7 best. And then the line goes, 'cause he's a D minor, dedicated G7 follower of C, fashion, C sus4, C. Now, another easier way of playing that third line would be to do this. It will make or break him, so he's got to buy the best. So what I'm doing here is 2 strokes on the C, 1 stroke on the C major 7, 1 stroke on the C7, and then jump back onto the A7. 'Cause he's a... So it goes like this. F. It will make or break him, so he's C. Got to... Then C major 7 by C7, the... And then A7, best. Got to buy the best. Or, remember, the difficult way is doing the 2 strums on the C, got to, then B flat 7, by the, and then A7, best. So which way you want to do it is entirely up to you. When I'm playing it, to be honest, I find it a lot easier to go, got to buy the best, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion. But if you want to make it sound a little bit more like the record, it's 2 strums on the C, got to, B flat 7, by the best, A7, like so. And that applies to every third line of either the chorus or the verse in the song. So let's have a look at the second verse now. And when he, so we're going to go to the G now, does his little, then back to C, rounds round the boo to G, tiques of London, C, town, C7, now to F, eagerly pursuing all the, now this is the hard version, latest, so we're on the C, latest, B flat 7, fads and A7, trends, 'cause he's a D minor, dedicated G7, follower of C to C sus4 to C, fashion. Like I mentioned before, you can do the easy way. So we'd start with the F, eagerly pursuing all the 2 strums on the C, latest, C major 7, fads, C7 and A7, trends, latest fads and trends, or latest fads and trends. So whichever you find easiest, Just you stick to that. Because he's a dedicated follower of fashion. Now we go into the bit that goes, oh yes he is. So we start with a G. Oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he, and then back to C. Is, oh yes he is. He F thinks he is a flower to be. Then back to C. Looked at C sus 4C. And F when he pulls his frilly nylon. So the hard version is C to B flat 7 to A7. Eagerly pursuing, or when he pulls his frilly nylon. C panties B flat 7 right up A7 tight, or you can go C panties C major 7 right C7 up A7 tight, because he's a D minor dedicated G7 follower of back to C fashion. Now we're going to go into another oh yes he is, so we go back to the G. Oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he, back to C is, oh yes he is. There's F, one thing that he loves, and that is back to C, flattery, C sus 4C. And then back to F, 1 week he's in polka dots, the C. Next week, B flat 7, he's in A7 stripes, or 2 strums on the C. Next week, C major 7, he's C7 in A7 stripes, because he's a D minor dedicated G7 follower of C fashion, C sus 4C. And then we go into the next verse, so we stay on the C. They seek in G here, they seek in back to C there, in Regent G Street and Leicester C Square C7. Now to F, everywhere the Carnaby sun. Now either C to B flat 7 or A7. Army marches on, or C, Army, C major 7, Mar, C7, Chus, A7, on, each one a D minor, dedicated G7, follower of C, fashion. Oh yes he is, so we go back to the G. Oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he, back to C, is, oh yes he is. His F, world is built round discotheques, and C, parties, C sus 4C. This F, pleasure-seeking individual. Now to C, always, B flat 7, looks is A7, best. Or, don't forget, we can do a C, always, C major 7, looks, C7, his, A7, best, because he's a D minor, dedicated G7, follower of C, fashion, C sus 4 to C. Oh yes he, and then to G, is, oh yes he is, oh yes he, back to C, is, oh yes he is. He F, flits from shop to shop just like a C, butterfly, C sus 4C. In F, matters of the cloth is as, now C to B flat 7 to A7, fickle as can be, or easy version, fickle on the C, then C major 7, as C7 can, A7 B, because he's a D minor, dedicated G7, follower of C, fashion, to A7, he's a D minor, dedicated G7, follower of C, fashion, A7, he's a D minor, dedicated G7 follower of, and now we're going to do the little intro bit again. So we're going to do the 2 strums on the C. Fashion, 2 strums on C sus4, then 1 strum on C. And that is the song in its entirety. So yeah, the tricks, the little bits that are a little bit tricky, like I say, are the 3rd line of the every verse and chorus. And it's just the C to B flat 7 to A7. If you can't manage that, then obviously you're doing the 2 strums on C, 1 strum on C major 7, 1 strum on C7, then to an A7. So it's ba, 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 ba. Or, like I say, the tricky way is 2 strums on C, 2 strums on B flat 7, and then onto the A7. So it's entirely up to you which one you prefer. So what I'm going to do now is I'll do a run through of the song, and I'm going to alternate between doing the tricky version using the C, B flat 7 and A7, and then on the next verse I will do the easy 2 strums on the C, 1 on the C major 7, 1 on the C7 and to the A7. So here we go. See if you can keep up. It is a tricky one, this, so don't worry if you lose your place. Just stop the video and rewind it back. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, C, C sus4, C sus4, C, C, C sus4, C sus4, and C. They seek him here, they seek him there. His clothes are loud, but never square. It will make or break him, so he's got to buy the best, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion. And when he does his little rounds round the boutiques of London town, eagerly pursuing all the latest fads and trends, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion. Oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is. He thinks he is a flower to be looked at. When he pulls his frilly nylon panties right up tight, he feels a dedicated follower of fashion. Oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is. There's one thing that he loves, and that is flattery. One week he's in polka dots, the next week he's in stripes, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion. They seek him here, they seek him there, in Regent Street and Leicester Square. Everywhere the Carnaby's an army marches on, each one a dedicated follower of fashion. Oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is. His world is built round discotheques and parties. This pleasure-seeking individual always looks his best, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion. Oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is. He flits from shop to shop just like a butterfly. In matters of the cloth, he's as fickle as can be, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion. He's a dedicated follower of fashion. He's a dedicated follower of fashion. So there we are, dedicated follower of fashion. I'm just going to mention another couple of things actually. If you notice, what I was doing was just adding a little ornamental kind of note there. So you can kind of add, this is what's called a G sus4. So I'm kind of strumming down, 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 up, down, down. If you notice on the penultimate downstroke, down, 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 I'm just adding my fourth finger to the 3rd fret, 1st string, and that's what you call a G sus4. And it just kind of adds a little bit of colour to the chords. You can do the same jumping from a C to a C sus4. Down, 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 up, down, down. So they're just little notes that you can use just to embellish the song ever so slightly. But as I say, don't worry if you find this one a little bit tricky. Any beginners out there on it, anyone's sort of starting up on the ukulele, because this is a little bit trickier than it first looks. You know, there's quite a few chords, and obviously that B flat 7 is going to cause a lot of people difficulties. I find it a bit tricky, to be honest. That's why I tend to stick to the C major 7, C7, and then A7. Bam, 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 bam. But if you want to do the, see how difficult I found it. Bam, 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 bam. Do that, guys. It does kind of fit in more with what the Kinks played on the recording. But anyway, there you go. That was Dedicated Follower of Fashion by the Kinks. And thanks again to Rod Bills for suggesting that song. Great song. And like I say, if you've got any other songs that you'd like to learn, just leave me a message in the comments and I will get back to you with a tutorial as quick as possible. Take care for now. Bye-bye.